All right, so what's going on, family? Today we're going to talk about Micron. It's been an extremely long period of time since we came and produced a video for Micron all the way back to 2024 in November. It's the last price prediction that we did for Micron, and needless to say, it did play well. We was anticipated the market in Micron at that time to go lower, and it did that right there. Okay, you can see 16.7% was hit on December the 19th, so maybe about a month of seeing this price action go on in Micron that the market actually went down. So that's pretty good to see. So now a lot of time has passed. Market now is trading around all-time highs, and I wanted to come in and talk to you all and try to figure out if this stock is going to continue to go higher. All right, so welcome everyone to the channel. As always, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Also, I will want you all to tap that bell notification because whenever I produce these videos, I want you all to at least be the first ones to see it. And hopefully you all will begin to understand and learn that this game doesn't have to be complicated to understand where prices are trying to go. Just be very careful on who you get your information from, because what is their motives? Our motive here in this particular platform, this channel, is to teach, is to show you, give you proof that you don't have to invest a whole lot of money into courses. You don't have to buy, massive amount of software. You don't have to place, numerous indicators, technical indicators on your charts to figure out what the market is trying to tell you. All you need is what you see right now in front of you: price bars and volume. We need to understand that what we're looking at is actually a story being unfolded by the market participants. Everyone who comes in and play in the stock market realizes, I want you all to realize this, they're not playing this game to lose. 100% of the people who come and play in the stock market is expecting to win. And when that expectations gets offsided by the realization of losses, that is how you get market movement. That's how you get people to come in and get out of their losing position. That's how market price moves. Is when someone is on the wrong side of the market. So how could that possibly be if everyone is expecting to win? How could you be on the wrong side? Shouldn't everybody be playing the same game? Shouldn't everybody be on the same side of the court? No. Because at every penny increment of the stock market is some participant thinking they're going to win and they're going to lose. And the moment that they see that their position is off-sided or that they're losing, that's when they'll go ahead and immediately execute their trade because they don't want to lose more. Or some people will double down. They become more fearful, more greedy, and they add to the position and it still lose. Mentality, people's emotions plays a massive role in the stock market. So when we look at this chart, I want you to think about that. Think about the people behind these bars. They're all trying to make money. So you need to visualize that when we talk about the charts. Visualize these people. See what they're trying to do. Because that's what these bars represents. This is what it represents. It is representing people's intentions. So now, Micron. Let's go ahead and break down this chart. There's things that happens on a chart that I want you all to begin to recognize and see it for what it is. For instance, right here in Micron is somebody selling. You might say, well, how do you know that? Because every bar is a reaction to something. So when the market in Micron on November 10th hit $257.07, the seller sold. There's more selling going on in this range in Micron than there are people wanting to buy it. Same thing, the 14th of November, what happened when the price hit this pocket? And then again on the 17th, what happened when price hit this pocket? It went down. So this area is majority sellers, because once price gets here, they become happy and say, cool, I got more stock to sell right here, so let the price come back. so I can sell it again, so I can hit the market again, so I can take my bag. That's what's going on. So that's a sell pocket there. Just like we created sell pockets in Micron, we can create buy pockets. Just the opposite end of the spectrum. We get a lot of selling at sell pockets. We get a lot of buying at buy pockets. And it's right here. This buy pocket was created all the way back in October of 2025. See that? And then the market in Micron on November 21st popped right back in that pocket and price lifted. What else do you need? This is where we have power and control of where and when we will want to enter the market. This is how we're able to minimize risk on how much we're willing to lose if the market does continue to go the opposite direction. Once you saw this buy pocket formulate back in October, you could have waited and just set a position to buy the stock when it came back to the pocket. And just imagine if you would have done that, you would be up in your position right now 22%. Wow. Isn't that amazing how you can actually predict, analyze where prices are going to flip and pivot? So this is a massive clue to us going forward for Micron that there's people here wanting to buy the stock. Right there, it's below around $200. We need to know that, because if there's people wanting to buy here, their emotion was so strong that they put up everything that they had to buy the stock. That's where we want to be then. That's where we want to be. And if people are massively willing to sell, that is where we want to sell. Let's look at Micron on a different time frame. Now we're going to try to see if this stock is still strong, meaning is it going to continue to go up? So here it is on the 2. I do got concern right here on the daily. Let me show you this area right here. So Monday of next week trading, I want you all to look to see what type of reaction is going to occur in the market in Micron right here in that pocket. Okay, because you can see it right here on the 2 as well. Look at this on the 3. Okay, so I think we might get a reaction initially of looking at Micron going down. Okay, so we're going to look at this on the hourly chart to see if there's any buy pockets in this area, because if there is, then we're going to create that and use that as another reference to let us know if we're going to be on the off sides or the wrong side of the market, anticipating the stock to continue to go up. Okay, so that's on the 3. This is very bullish on the 3. Here it is on the 4 as well. Because you guys, I want you all to realize that money, it doesn't lie. The charts doesn't lie. People are actually putting their honest thinking whenever they come and participate in stocks. They're not trying to lie. They can't lie. There's actual money being placed on the line in their bets. So we're not being tricked. Even though some people say the market is manipulated, that is good. Because if it is manipulated, that means that we should be able to tell what's going to happen. So let's not get it twisted. We're glad that the market is manipulated. We just got to figure out how is it being manipulated so that we can capitalize off of it. So right here on this 4-day bar, this told you that buyers were in the market because price came all the way down to the pocket. Buyers saw price came to the pocket and they bought, and the price closed up off of the lows. And then the crazy part is, look at the volume. Look at that volume that came in on that 4-day bar. Massive. Huge. That tells you how motivated those buyers were. And again, to show you the motivation of the buyers, look at this 4-day bar. It still went up anyway. So yeah, this market is definitely incentivized in favor of buyers. You gotta love it. When you see these things, you gotta love it. Here it is on the 5. Same thing on the 5. Okay. Look at Micron on the weekly chart. Now let's have another conversation, because when you dissect the market in time frames, we can see, I would say from the daily, maybe 2, 3, 4 day charts, that there's buyers there, right? But then when you look at this on the weekly, you kind of got to scratch your head and say, okay, cool. But that weekly bar right there, that's a clue. That's a clue that even though in the short term price is going up in Micron, the long term, those sellers may still be willing to sell and lower price, a lot lower than where it currently is trading at right now. So when you look at this on the long term, keep this in mind, that weekly bar is definitely still apparent. Look at this on the 2 weeks. Okay, right there on the 2 weeks. So I'm not a fan of buyers on the long-term charts yet. Here it is on the 3 weeks. Here is Micron on the 5. Here it is for the month of November so far, or the conclusion. Like I said, that's the conclusion, because when trade opens back up next week, it's going to be the first of the month. Okay, so I think the market has at least some momentum to try to go higher. Is it going to break all-time highs? It might. So now this is the 11-hour chart. So you guys can remember I said I want us to see if we could get any pockets on the hourly charts. And there's one right here. Okay, so I'm going to mark this just in case, like I told you, beginning of Monday or beginning of trading next week, the market gets reacted. It reacts to the sell pocket, price comes down. We would not want to see the market break that pocket of selling there. Okay, so we got to lower a little bit more. That's the price action on the 5-hour chart, very bullish. Here it is on the 3. I like it on the 3. This is another pocket right there I like that area on the 3. Here's another one. I like this one too. Okay, so these are all areas that we see buyers stepping in and buying up this stock, because you can see that price, it stops going down and then you get a big break, price goes up. That's people buying this. This is where you want to be. You don't want to be on this bar seeing the price go up. That's where many of us get caught in the wrong position. You want to get caught before that move occurs. So right here, this is where the buyers were accumulating before the market continued to go higher. Again, right here, this is where the buyers were. Price continued to go higher. So I know that this market is being moved by buyers right now in Micron. I know that. Okay, so we're going to continue to go with that. Since they're the one that are moving the price, our prediction will have to be to allow that market to continue to do what it do. Now we're going to lower this all the way down to this last buy pocket, because we see that that's where the buyers ultimately came through on this move down. They really stepped in right there. Okay, so now we're going to target the low of this sell pocket right like 253. That's 6.9%. Then we're going to target this, the high of the pocket, which looks to be around 8.66. Okay, and then we're going to run it all the way up to like 300. Let's see what we'll get. Hold on right quick. It's like 26%. So anywhere above this all-time high in Micron would just be gravy. Now, I would say if we see a nasty reaction, i.e. sellers really came through on this sell pocket beginning next week, and it breaks this first, second buy pocket, then we might need to reevaluate this situation, because the market may continue to go down in Micron. So that's why I want us to really pay attention to trading early next week to see if the market's going to hold this area. Because if it does, then it tells me that there's still some gas in the tank for Micron. Okay. So yeah, I'm done. I know it's a long, drawn out explanation, but hopefully you guys caught what I put down so that you guys can utilize it going forward. Make sure you guys maintain profit, and as always, trade different.